BiomeNrich Post SC075 is a plant-based postbiotic product made by fermenting rice germ with Lactobacillus sakei, which is derived from Korean fermented vegetable kimchi. By consuming 500 mg daily, Post SC075 provides both better sleep and healthier skin. As an ingredient for your final product, Post SC075 has 3 characteristics. First, Post SC075 is a 100% plant-based, melatonin-free product made by fermentation with rice germ. Second, it is a non-habit-forming product, naturally falling asleep only at night with no withdrawal effect. Lastly, as a ferment of probiotics, it is stable compared to probiotics, allowing for various applications like tablet, bar, gummy, liquid, and powder. Now, let's deep dive into the experimental result. Post SC075 works as a pacemaker of the biological clock for healthy sleep. Circadian rhythms are the physical, mental, and behavioral changes an organism experiences over a 24-hour cycle. Human sleep is influenced by these circadian rhythms. Post SC075 normalizes these circadian rhythms in various ways. Also, it increases the immunoreactivity of the adenosine A1 receptor, allowing adenosine, the sleep neuromodulator, to bind more effectively and to induce sleep. Post SC075 is involved in the action of adenosine receptors, particularly by increasing the activity of the adenosine A1 receptor related to sleep. This enhances the binding of adenosine to the receptor, thereby inducing sleep. Lastly, Post SC075 promotes the production of melatonin, a sleep hormone produced at night, and serotonin, its precursor of melatonin. It helps you fall asleep naturally when lying in bed at night, rather than inducing immediate drowsiness like other sleep aids. This mechanism of action and effect have been proven through in vivo tests. Aforementioned mechanisms of action of Post SC075 regarding the adenosine A1 receptor, now called AA1R, and melatonin concentration were verified in a mice model where the mice were induced with the sleep aid pentothal. AA1R is the most crucial receptor for sleep health. Post SC075 increases the immunoreactivity of AA1R by 52.2% in the suprachiasmatic nucleus, the part of the hypothalamus that regulates the biological cycle, and increases the content of related proteins. Additionally, it boosts melatonin, known as the sleep hormone, by over 34.9%, which is a higher increase than from the milk, water, or other auxiliary therapy for insomnia like doxylamine succinate. We conducted an in vivo study on the correlation between the arousal effect of caffeine and hypnotic effect of Post SC075. When treated with Post SC075, the time to fall asleep decreased by 37.8%, and total sleep time improved by 64.8%, confirming that it suppresses the sleep-disrupting effect of caffeine. We found that the inhibition of adenosine by caffeine can be offset by Post SC075's increasing AA1R activation, allowing recovery from caffeine-induced insomnia. This is a very significant result for people who cannot sleep at night after drinking coffee and could be a good marketing point. The clinical trial of Post SC075 was designed and conducted as a gold standard randomized double-blind placebo-controlled design. It was published in a journal in 2022. We conducted the experiment with 50 participants over 4 weeks, administering 500 mg of Post SC075 daily. As a result, the insomnia severity index was decreased by 105% compared to the placebo group, showing an improvement of more than twice the placebo. In detail marker, total sleep time was increased by 218%. The time in the deep sleep, or the N3 stage of non-REM sleep, was increased by 430%. The time to fall asleep decreased by 347%. The clinical trial results proved that Post SC075 can provide more sleep, higher quality time, and faster and more natural sleep at night. To sum up, BiomeNrich Post SC075 is an innovative plant-based postbiotic effective in making healthier sleep. Please contact us for more information and materials. BiomeNrich Post SC075 has effect on sleep improvement as well as on skin. There are various mechanisms for keeping the skin healthy. Among them, we confirmed two facts in a clinical trial: recovery of skin damage and wrinkles caused by UVB, and improvement in moisture retention. As an ingredient for your product, Post-SC075 has three unique characteristics. First, it restores skin damage from UV exposure. Second, it improves skin moisture by retaining moisture in skin tissue and reduces skin roughness. Third, as a ferment of probiotics, it is more heat stable for various applications and formats like tablet, bar, gummy, liquid, and powder. Now, let's deep dive into the experimental results. Human skin is divided into two, the epidermis and dermis, and various factors affect skin health. Particularly, UV exposure causes the breakdown of the extracellular matrix in the skin dermis, leading to wrinkles, reduced elasticity, and decreased moisturization. Collagen, filaggrin, and aquaporin 3 play key roles here. While collagen is one of the proteins that make up the skin, UV rays increase the number of enzyme MMP1, which degrades the collagen. Post-SC075 was found to inhibit the MMP1 activity and increase procollagen, showing better effects in collagen synthesis than retinoic acid, a vitamin commonly consumed to maintain skin health. Filaggrin is a protein that binds to keratin proteins in the skin dermis, acting like a glue, and is a main agent for moisture retention. Post-SC075 increases the expression of filaggrin protein, allowing more moisture to bind within the skin tissue. Lastly, aquaporin 3 is a membrane protein that moves moisture within skin cells. Post-SC075 increases aquaporin 3 mRNA expression, which helps more moisture to enter the skin cells and enhance moisturization. In previous slide, we explained the importance of collagen, filaggrin, and aquaporin 3 in improving skin health and how Post-SC075 acts to improve these factors. In vitro study, we additionally verified other biomarkers that recover and moisturize the skin. Post-SC075 induced cell proliferation in human dermal fibroblasts and recovered the wounded cells at a faster rate than the positive control group. This indicated Post-SC075 is beneficial for the skin through mechanisms such as increasing skin cell numbers and fast wound healing. We further validated the in vitro results in a UVB-damaged hairless mice model. UVB radiation damaged the skin barrier of mice. As you can see in the left image, the skin of mice damaged by UVB radiation becomes thicker and the cells are damaged, losing moisture and elasticity. However, in the experimental group that consumed Post-SC075, skin thickness and collagen production were significantly improved compared to the UVB irradiated group. In the right image, you can see that the depth and area of wrinkles increased in the UV irradiated group. On the other hand, hairless mice treated with Post-SC075 had significantly less wrinkles, even up to 12 weeks. Through this, we confirmed Post-SC075's effect in the wrinkle improvement and skin barrier recovery ability from UV damage. Finally, we verified on human trial. The clinical trial was designed and conducted as a gold standard, randomized, double-blind, placebo-controlled study. We conducted the experiment with 111 participants over 12 weeks, administering 500 mg of Post-SC075 daily. As a result, wrinkles were decreased by 1,140% compared to the placebo group, and as seen in the top right photo, wrinkles reduced over time. Additionally, skin elasticity increased by 640%, skin moisture content by 309%, and dermal density by 172% compared to the placebo group. This was measured from certified device for measuring skin condition. The clinical trial results proved that Post-SC075 can help improve overall skin health, and the paper will be published in an academic journal very soon. To sum up, BiomeNrich Post-SC075 is an innovative plant-based postbiotic effective in making better skin. Please contact us for more information and materials. BiomeNrich Pro WO2 is a probiotic blend of 2 Lactobacillus fermentum strains carefully selected from the intestine of healthy individuals. By taking 5 billion CFUs a day, you can enjoy healthy benefits linked to weight loss, and we have a clinical trial result that supports this claim. As an ingredient for your product, here are 3 key features of Pro WO2. It's a patent probiotic for weight loss and a proprietary unique blend of CJ. It supports healthy weight loss by transforming the gut biome. And lastly, we've selected the best strains from the intestines of healthy individuals who mostly consume vegetables and fermented foods. Now, let's deep dive into the details of experimental results. The mechanism of action of Pro WO2 is based on the gut-weight axis. The gut microbiome is often referred to as second brain because it influences all organs in the human body. It can exhibit functionalities such as weight loss by altering the gut environment. A famous experiment related to weight is Dr. Jeffrey Gordon's germ-free mice experiment. It was an experiment to confirm the possibility that the weight of mice could change due to the alteration in the gut environment. The microbiomes of obese and lean twins were transplanted into germ-free mice, and it was confirmed that the mice's weight changed according to the twins' microbiomes. The results are published in the journal Nature, and Pro WO2 began from this possibility. The mechanism of Pro WO2 involves altering the gut environment more favorable for body fat reduction, especially by influencing the AMPK pathway. AMPK is activated by substances like butyric acid produced by microbes, reducing relevant transcription factors associated with fat metabolism, such as SREBP1C, and inhibiting fat synthesis and adipocyte differentiation. Additionally, the reduction of PPAR-gamma and the CEBP-alpha by AMPK inhibits the differentiation of adipocytes, thereby suppressing fat content accumulation. Furthermore, the increase in hormone-sensitive lipase oxidizes fat in the blood or cells to be used as an energy source. In vitro, we used pre-adipocytes in 3T3L1 cell line to identify Pro WO2's effect in AMPK pathway. Through the treatment of the 2 strains of Pro WO2, we confirmed an increase in AMPK phosphorylation. As a result, the protein expression of related transcription factors such as PPAR-gamma, CEBP-alpha, and FAS decreased substantially, and the expression of a hormone-sensitive lipase increased. Additionally, as the concentration of Pro WO2 increased, related biomarkers increased in a concentration-dependent manner. In the photo on the right, you can see that the red stained fat decreases as the concentration of Pro WO2 strains increase. Through this in vitro, we confirmed that Pro WO2 inhibits fat accumulation in adipocytes. Then we validated the results further in the in vivo study using a high-fat diet-induced obese mice model. We observed the changes in transcription factors related to AMPK phosphorylation in liver cells. Just like in vitro results, Pro WO2 effectively activated the expression of the protein associated with lipid metabolism in the liver tissue. We also observed that when 2 strains were consumed together, the effects were higher through a synergistic effect. Additionally, we evaluated the effectiveness in animals. As you can see in the photo on the right, in the experimental group consuming Pro WO2, adipocytes differentiation and fat accumulation were inhibited, with a significant reduction in the size and diameter of adipocytes in the liver and epididymis compared to the high-fat diet group. Through animal experiments, we validated the mechanism of action and efficacy in mammal level. The clinical trial of Pro WO2 was designed and conducted as a gold standard randomized double-blind placebo-controlled study. We conducted the experiment with 75 participants over 12 weeks, administering 5 billion CFU of Pro WO2 daily. Exercise was not included in the trial. We confirmed improvement in various weight-related indicators, including a weight reduction of 2.06 kilo, BMI decrease of 0.7 kilo, and waist circumference reduction of 2.5%. In terms of body fat indicators, fat percentage decreased by 0.85%, fat mass by 1.17 kilo, and visceral fat area by 10.1%, and abdominal fat area by 5.9%, confirming effective fat breakdown. The clinical trial results demonstrated that Pro-WO2 could help in weight loss, and the findings have been published in a journal. To sum up, BiomeNrich Pro-WO2 is an innovative probiotic that completes your weight loss journey. Please contact us for more information and materials. BiomeNrich Post-MO5 is a new gut microbiome-based postbiotic product featuring inactivated Akkermansia muciniphila found from breast milk. Consuming 10 billion cells of post-MO5 daily can provide health benefits for muscle strength improvement. As an ingredient for your product, post-MO5 has 3 unique features. First, it is an innovative Akkermansia muciniphila which improves the muscle health without exercise or protein intake. Second, it promotes healthy muscle synthesis based on the gut muscle axis through stimulating intestinal epithelial cells. Lastly, as pasteurized Akkermansia, it has higher heat stability and can be applied to various applications and formats like a tablet, bar, gummy, liquid, and powder. Now, let's deep dive into the experimental results. The mechanism of post-MO5 is based on the gut muscle axis. Muscle loss may occur due to various factors, including nutritional imbalance, lack of physical activity, aging, cancer, and chronic diseases such as diabetes, obesity, and cardiovascular diseases. Among these, sarcopenia, which is muscle loss due to aging, is gaining significant attention in the academia as the population ages. As we age, oxidative stress on muscle cells increase. This leads to a decrease in muscle mass and number of muscle cells. This muscle loss can cause various secondary diseases. The main pathway for muscle synthesis is the mTOR pathway. This is related to the cell differentiation. The more the mTOR pathway is activated, the more muscle synthesis occurs. Among the substances acting on the mTOR pathway, there are follistatin and estrogen-1. Follistatin is a protein that inhibits myostatin, a substance that suppresses the mTOR pathway. Estrogen-1 is an enzyme that moves ubiquitin to be combined with other proteins and then induces breaking down the proteins to smaller molecules. So, post-MO5 increases muscle synthesis by mainly adjusting follistatin and estrogen-1. Mechanism of action of post-MO5 was also validated in mouse skeletal muscle cells of an in vitro study. Among the key proteins mentioned earlier, the expression rate of follistatin increased concentration dependently by 29.6%. Estrogen-1 decreased by 29.9%. We confirmed the possibility that muscle synthesis could be promoted by controlling these 2 muscle-related proteins and further verified this in an animal study. In the in vivo study, the effects of post-MO5 were observed using a rat model with the muscle atrophy induced by dexamethasone. The total body weight, the lean body mass, and the hand limb muscles and the hand limb muscle content relative to body weight were assessed using DEXA, an X-ray device that assesses one's bone density and body composition. The results showed that both muscle and body weight, which were decreased from muscular atrophy, were regained. The hand limb muscles were recovered up to the same level as the normal group. Additionally, as shown in the right image, the size of the muscle fibers in the tibialis interior, the front shin muscle, decreased by 27% in the control group, while increased by more than 20% in the post-MO5 group. Through animal study, the muscle recovery ability of post-MO5 particularly the increase in muscle mass in the hind limbs, were confirmed. The clinical trial of POST-M005 was designed and conducted as a gold standard, randomized, double-blind, placebo-controlled study. We conducted the experiment with 92 participants over 12 weeks, administering 10 billion cells of POST-M005 daily. As a result, muscle strength in the left leg and overall legs measured by isokinetic movement decreased by 200% compared to the placebo group. Also, the level of follistatin, a protein that promotes muscle synthesis, increased by 130%. This confirmed the correlation between follistatin and the increased leg strength. The clinical trial results demonstrated that POST-M005 can help in muscle health, and the paper will be published soon. To sum up, BiomeNrich POST-M005 is the next generation of acromencia for muscle health. Please contact us for more information and materials.
BiomeNrich Pro H009 is a Lactobacillus crevatus-based probiotic solution derived from the traditionally fermented vegetables known as kimchi. Consuming 5 billion CFU of Pro H009 daily can provide health benefits related to hair health, supported by one clinical trial result. Pro H009 has 3 unique characteristics. First, it improves hair roughness and elasticity by supplying nutrients to the hair. Second, it supports hair health by influencing the gut-hair axis in gut environment. And lastly, it provides benefits solely from probiotics, as it is 100% probiotic material without hormones or drugs, ensuring safe consumption. Now let's deep dive into the experimental results. The mechanism of Pro H009 is based on the gut-brain-skin axis. Through changes in the gut environment, it acts on the WNT beta-catenin pathway, which is one of the key mechanisms of action for hair health. The WNT beta-catenin pathway is a signaling pathway involved in the cell proliferation, migration, and differentiation. It begins with the binding of WNT proteins to their receptors, leading to the activation of the transcription factor beta-catenin, which regulates related genes. Beta-catenin is considered one of the most important factors in hair follicle cell differentiation and growth, and an increase in beta-catenin leads to a rise in the number of hair follicle cells. Through the WNT beta-catenin pathway, hair growth, growth cycles, and the growth and differentiation of hair follicle stem cells are regulated. Pro H009 also increases growth factors like IGF-1 and FGF-7. An increase in growth factors such as IGF-1 and VEGF supplies nutrients to hair follicle cells, enhancing hair luster and elasticity. Additionally, IGF-1 extends the duration of the hair rest period, allowing the hair to remain longer without falling out. These mechanisms have been confirmed through in vitro and in vivo. In the in vitro study, we examined the effects and mechanism of Pro H009 on hair follicle dermal papilar cells and hair germinal matrix cells. Pro H009 accelerated the proliferation of these cells in a dose-dependent manner, suggesting an increase in hair follicle cell numbers due to the intake. Additionally, the gene expression rates of growth factors VEGF and FGF-7, which are related to nutrient supply to hair follicle cells, were also increased. The in vitro test indicated the potential of H009 to support hair health, and further validation was conducted through animal study. The in vivo study was conducted using C57B16 mice. We observed an increase in growth factors like IGF-1 and VEGF in the mice blood, which were previously validated in vitro. Additionally, there was a significant increase in the expression of beta-catenin, a key marker for hair health. To reduce oxidative stress, a cause of hair loss, we noted a significant increase in the antioxidant enzyme, SOD, which helped decrease oxidative stress and inflammatory responses affecting the hair. All biomarkers increased in a dose-dependent manner, confirming that Pro H009 clearly impacts hair health. To assess the effects on hair health, we shaved the dorsal fur of the mice and examined the growth rate, hair thickness, and changes in cell numbers. In the graph on the left, you can see that hair growth rate and thickness increased with higher dosage of Pro H009. The middle image shows that hair grows significantly faster in Pro-H009 group compared to the vehicle group. In hair follicle cells, both vertical and horizontal section of the dorsal cells showed an increase in the number and density of hair follicle cells. Analysis of cell cluster of differentiation revealed an increase in the number of cells expressing CD34 and CD49F, which are markers of hair follicle stem cell, indicating stem cell differentiation in the animals. We concluded that Pro-H009 influences hair growth, condition, and cell differentiation. The clinical trial was designed and conducted as a gold standard, a randomized, double-blind, placebo-controlled study. We conducted the experiment with 60 participants over 24 weeks, having them consume 5 billion CFU of Pro-H009 daily. We examined key indicators related to hair. As you can see in the photos, hair luster visibly improved over 24 weeks with a measurable increase over 19%. Hair elasticity also increased by 11% and participant satisfaction rose by 33%. Therefore, we expect that customer satisfaction will be also high when the product is commercialized. The clinical trial result demonstrated that Pro-H009 can benefit hair health, and the paper regarding clinical result is being prepared for journal publication and product commercialization. To sum up, BiomeNrich Pro-H009 is an innovative probiotic solution effective in providing healthy, shinier hair from roots to ends. Please contact us for more information and materials. BiomeNrich Pro E133 is a Lactobacillus plantarum-based probiotic solution derived from the traditionally fermented vegetable known as kimchi. We focused on the immune-regulating function of this strain and discovered its ability to alleviate atopic symptoms related to immune modulation. Consuming 10 billion CFU of Pro E133 daily can provide health benefits related to skin immunity, supported by 2 clinical trial results. Pro E133 has 3 unique characteristics. First, it is the 133rd strain found to be most effective in improving skin immunity among a pool of 3,500 kimchi-derived strains. Second, it offers a solution to build better core strength rather than just providing temporary relief through the gut-skin axis based on immune regulation. And lastly, it has strong survivability against gastric and bile acids, along with excellent adhesion to intestinal epithelial cells, enhancing its effectiveness. Now let's deep dive into the experimental results. The mechanism of action of Pro E133 is based on the gut-skin axis and immunomodulation. T cells play crucial roles in innate immunity. For example, Th1 cells are involved in cell-mediated immunity, helping to fight viruses and pathogens, while Th2 cells are involved in humoral immunity, contributing to antibody production against external organisms. Allergic reactions such as eczema and atopy are influenced by the ratio of T helper cells 1 to 2. An excess of Th1 can lead to autoimmune diseases, while an excess of Th2 can result in allergic and atopic conditions. Therefore, the balance between Th1 and Th2 is important. Pro E133 improves allergic and atopic conditions by increasing Th1 activity. Additionally, it modulates excessive immune responses by affecting lymph nodes, infiltrating leukocytes, and influencing cytokines related to immune response to alleviate symptoms. These mechanisms have been verified through in vitro and in vivo studies. In the in vitro study, we examined the ability of Pro E133 regarding its strong survivability and adhesion to intestinal epithelial cells. Pro E133 shows superior survivability under gastric acid and bile acid conditions, as well as excellent adhesion to intestinal epithelial cells compared to other probiotics. Additionally, the ratio of Th1 to Th2 was rebalanced by increasing the Th1-associated cytokine, interferon gamma, and decreasing the Th2-associated cytokine, interleukin-4, in hypersensitivity T cells induced by ovalbumin. This confirmed its potential functionality for improving skin immunity. In the in vivo study, we examined the effects of Pro E133 using a mice model with dermatitis induced by house dust mice. Upon examining the dorsal skin tissue, we observed that the skin thickness increased in mice with induced dermatitis due to continuous scratching from itching. However, in the group that consumed Pro-E133, itching and immune responses were alleviated, resulting in a reduction in skin thickness to a level similar to that of dexamethasone group, which was used as a positive control. Additionally, the right image shows that the infiltration of mast cells, which are involved in the early stages of immune response in allergy induction, was effectively suppressed, leading to reduced infiltration of mast cells within the skin cells. We observed that as the intake of Pro-E133 increased, the dermatitis score decreased, which was also evident in the appearance. In the top image, you can see that the severity of dermatitis improved with Pro-E133 compared to the control. We also confirmed this effect on alleviating immune responses. Pro-E133 reduced the size of lymph nodes, which are the core of the immune response, by suppressing lymphadenopathy caused by excessive immune reactions. It also regulated the differentiation of T cells and B cells within the lymph nodes, suppressing the excessive expression of innate and adaptive immunity. Through these tests, we verified that Pro-E133 improved skin immunity by helping to alleviate itching, allergic reactions, inflammatory responses, and immune responses. The clinical trial was designed and conducted as a gold standard, a randomized, double-blind, placebo-controlled study. We conducted the experiment twice over 12 weeks with 83 and 76 participants, having then consumed 10 billion CFU of Pro-E133 daily. The study was conducted on participants with moderate atopic dermatitis with score between 20 and 40, and various indicators related to atopic dermatitis were examined. The score was improved by 505% compared to the placebo group, confirming its effectiveness. Clinical examination also showed a reduction in dermatitis lesions, leading to improved appearance. We also observed improvements in immune responses. The level of immunocytokines previously noted in animal studies were significantly reduced. Additionally, the expression of T regulatory cells, which help to control immune symptoms, indicated that immune responses were alleviated by T regulation cells. Lastly, we examined the DNA ratio of Lactobacillus plantarum in the gut microbiome. During the Pro-E133 intake period of 2 to 14 weeks, the ratio increased, but it disappears immediately after stopping intake. As the ratio decreased, the score rose again, indicating a recurrence of atopic dermatitis. These results confirmed that Pro-E133 improves atopic symptoms and highlighted the importance of continuous intake. The clinical trial result demonstrated that Pro-E133 can strengthen skin immunity, and the related papers have been published in journals. To sum up, BiomeNrich Pro-E133 is an innovative probiotic solution effective in strengthening skin immunity for ultimate comfort. Please contact us for more information and materials. BiomeNrich Pro G243 is Lactobacillus plantarum-based probiotic solution derived from the traditionally fermented vegetables known as kimchi. We focused on the anti-inflammatory properties of this strain and discovered its ability to alleviate symptoms of functional diarrhea related to inflammation. Pro G243 provides health benefits associated with gut health when consumed at 10 billion CFU per day, and we have one clinical trial result regarding gut health. Pro G243 has 3 unique characteristics. First, it is the 243rd strain found to be the most effective in alleviating intestinal inflammation and maintaining gut health among a pool of 3,500 kimchi-derived strains. Second, it provides guaranteed gut comfort, as proven and stated by 90% of the subjects in the clinical trial. And lastly, it has strong survivability against stomach acid and bile, along the excellent adhesion to intestinal epithelial cells, enhancing its effectiveness. Now let's deep dive into the experimental results. Pro G243 supports gut health by improving the balance of the gut microbiome and regulating immune responses. There are many types of gut disorders, such as functional diarrhea, IBS, and IBD, and we focused on functional diarrhea. FD is characterized by chronic or recurrent diarrhea that cannot be explained by structural or biochemical abnormalities. Pro G243 induces T cell activation and immune responses to improve intestinal inflammation by enhancing the expression of CD80 and CD86, which act on the differentiation of naive T cells. It also reduces proportional pathogen in the gut microbiome by inhibiting their growth, which helps to suppress related diseases. These mechanisms have been validated through in vitro and in vivo studies. In the in vitro study, the strong survivability and adhesion ability of Pro-G243 to intestinal epithelial cells were investigated. Compared to other probiotics, it shows superior survivability under gastric acid in bile acid conditions and excellent adhesion to intestinal epithelial cells. Additionally, it demonstrated the ability to inhibit 6 types of common pathogens, including Escherichia coli and Staphylococcus aureus. These results suggest the potential of Pro-G243 to inhibit pathogen growth and improve intestinal inflammation through adhesion to intestinal epithelial cells. In both in vitro and in vivo studies, the effects on immune cell responses were examined. An increase in the surface expression of CD80 and CD86 was observed in bone marrow-derived macrophages treated with Pro-G243. This result indicated that Pro-G243 activates the immune response of macrophages and enhances T cell activation. Additionally, immunocytokines and NK cell activity related to immune responses were assessed. Splenocytes from an immunocompromised mouse model were cultured with heat-killed Pro-G243, and despite being immune-suppressed, an increase in pro-inflammatory cytokines were observed, indicating an activated immune response. These findings validated that the interaction between the cell wall of G243 and immune cells activates the immune response. The ability to inhibit pathogens in a mammalian system similar to humans was evaluated in a weaning pigs model inoculated with enterotoxigenic E. coli. Food poisoning caused by enterotoxigenic E. coli led to an increase in rectal temperature and the frequency of diarrhea in pigs. However, there was a significant reduction in rectal temperature, diarrhea scores, and fecal consistency in the group that consumed Pro-G243, confirming its pathogen-inhibiting function. Additionally, the number of E. coli in the gut was reduced to the same level as the positive control group, and the inflammatory response was improved by an increase in the immunocytokine interleukin-6. These experimental results effectively validated the inhibitory effect of Pro-G243 on pathogens and inflammation in a mammalian model. The clinical trial was designed and conducted as a gold standard, randomized, double-blind, and placebo-controlled study. We conducted the experiment with 22 participants over 8 weeks, administering 10 billion CFU of Pro-G243 per day. The study was conducted on participants experiencing functional diarrhea, and we observed significant improvements in both the level of calprotectin, a biomarker related to intestinal inflammation, and the gut comfort of participants. Notably, 90% of participants reported improved gut comfort, demonstrating its excellent efficacy. The clinical trial results prove that Pro-G243 can support gut health, and the findings have been published in journals. To sum up, BiomeNrich Pro-G243 is an innovative probiotic solution effective in providing gastrointestinal comfort. Please contact us for more information and materials. BiomeNrich Pro A055 is a Lactobacillus plantarum-based probiotic solution derived from the traditionally fermented vegetables known as kimchi. We focus on the strain's ability to regulate the lipid-to-water balance in the skin and discovered its function in alleviating acne symptoms related to skin moisture and lipid levels. By consuming 10 billion CFU a day, you can achieve health benefits associated with clearer skin, and we have 2 clinical trial results supporting its effect on skin clarity. Pro A055 has 3 unique characteristics. First, it is the 55th strain found to be the most effective in improving acne among a pool of 3,500 kimchi-derived strains. Second, it rebalances the skin by regulating skin pH, sebum, and moisture. And lastly, it relaxes the skin by combating irritation occurring on the skin. Now let's deep dive into the experimental results. The mechanism of action of Pro A055 is based on the gut-skin axis and the balance of lipid and water in the skin. The gut and skin are interconnected, so changes in specific phylum within the gut microbiome can alter the triglyceride content in the skin. Our experimental results indicated that a decrease in proteobacteria leads to a reduction in triglycerides, while an increase in firmicutes also results in decreased triglycerides. So the lipid and water balance of the skin can be achieved by regulating two composition of these two phylum. Additionally, healthy skin pH is slightly acidic, approximately between 4.5 and 5.5. So an increase in skin pH can compromise the skin barrier and cause damage. However, the lactic acid produced by ProAO55 helps maintain the skin's pH at the slightly acidic level, preserving its integrity. In the in vitro study, we explored how specific cytokines affect triglyceride content and the expression of transcription factors related to lipid metabolism in the skin. When acne is severe, inflammatory cytokines like interleukin 1, 6, 8, and TNF-alpha increase. Conversely, when taking anti-acne supplements, interferon gamma and interleukin 12 increase, while interleukin 4 and interleukin 10 decrease. Based on these findings, treating sebacites with specific concentration of interleukin 4, interferon gamma, and interleukin 10 results in reduced intercellular lipid content and decreased levels of transcription factors like PPAR, gamma, and CREBP, as well as the lipogenic enzyme, which promote lipid synthesis and adipocyte differentiation. Building on this theoretical hypothesis, we conducted animal studies to assess the effect of the treatment on acne improvement. In the in vivo study, we examined the anti-inflammatory effects using an inflammatory mice model induced by a dermatophagoides verinea extract. In the group that consumed ProAO55, we confirmed that the production of inflammatory cytokines, interleukin 4, interleukin 10, and interferon gamma decreased. Additionally, due to the reduction in the inflammatory response, there was a significant decrease in the infiltration of mast cells and eosinophils, which are key factors in the early stages of inflammation and allergic reactions in the dorsal skin of the mice. As you can see in the photo on the right, the stained mast cells and eosinophils were significantly reduced in the ProAO55 group compared to the control. This confirmed that AO55 suppressed excessive immune inflammatory responses. The clinical trial was designed and conducted as a gold standard, randomized, double-blind, and placebo-controlled study. We conducted the experimental twice involving 78 and 28 participants over a 12-week period, with each participant consuming 10 billion CFU of ProAO55 daily. During the 12-week intake period, the acne grade decreased by 28.99% compared to the placebo group, improving from moderate to mild. Additionally, clinical examinations confirmed a visible improvement in acne lesions, as you can see in the pictures. The skin's pH decreased by 7.3% from baseline and improved by 271% compared to the placebo group, maintaining a slightly acidic pH to preserve the skin acid mantle. Measurements of sebum and hydration in the skin showed a significant reduction in sebum levels by 16.27% and an increase in hydration by 14.52% over 12 weeks compared to the placebo group. Additionally, the content of ceramide 2, which plays a crucial role in the lipid barrier of the skin's epidermis, significantly increased, aiding in skin barrier formation. The clinical trial result demonstrated that ProAO55 can help maintain clear skin by balancing lipid and water in skin tissue, as well as regulating pH. These findings have been published in journals. To sum up, BiomeNrich ProAO55 is an innovative probiotic solution effective in rebalancing the skin to regain its original beauty. Please contact us for more information and materials.